Good evening, everyone. I got a chance to meet a few of you before the meeting, but I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Eric Gardner from Gilmore Associates. I wanted to thank you for appointing us as the borough engineer. Moving forward, we will have a written engineer's report, but we just started working with the borough staff 2 weeks ago, so it wasn't much to put it right. We've had several meetings with borough staff, Public Works, Park and Rec, and have a couple of things we've done so far. The first was with the bridge being out in Sellersville Borough. There was a signal issue with the timing at Ridge Road, Park Avenue. So we have a traffic engineer in-house. So she came out, met with borough staff, and actually retimed the signal and let PennDOT know. So far, the police are telling us that it's working, but they won't allow them to go for another week or two to see, confirm that it's working. At which point we'll notify PennDOT and change their signal burner plan. So hopefully that's one of the issues to solve so far. Additionally, we let the interim manager know about a couple grant opportunities. One of which is the TAP grant, which is on their agenda tonight, so that'll be further discussion. And then lastly, work with the Park and Rec staff person. We're doing some deep research and title research to get the Liberty Bell Trail extended through Perkasie Park. So that's what we've been doing so far. We're looking forward to working with the borough, elected officials, and the staff, and the community. If there's any questions for me, certainly you will answer them right now. Otherwise, I will get underway.
Your name, correct? Thank you and welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Okay, next I need a motion to approve the Planning Commission report for the month of February 2014. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Again, say nay. All right, next we have, I need a motion to approve the zoning bureau report from the January meeting. If everyone read about that, if there's any questions or concerns?
So moved.
Okay. No questions? Everyone's good with this? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Again, say nay. Okay, now moving down to the police report. Chief, would you like to bring a few things to our attention here?
Very brief. Just an update. In the report before you on list that $7,000 has been raised so far for the dog program. We received some additional donations since this was written, including a singular $5,000 donation from a resident with a Bedminster mailing address. I believe it's in the East Rockland Township. I confirmed that. So far we've been at $12,600 in fundraising to date, well on our way to our $17,000 goal. And lastly, Friday, March 28th is our first fundraiser event for the dog program. It's going to be held at Perkasie Pizza and Pasta on Market Street. So Friday night from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. you come in and dine at this good restaurant. 10% of your check is going to be donated towards the dog program. Again, this is all in an effort to keep it revenue neutral, program revenue neutral for taxpayers. So if you're hungry, please come out and eat and support the program.
Thank you, Chief. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the police report for the month of February 2014.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Again, say nay. Motion carries. Unfinished business. Does anyone bring any unfinished business on the top of anything else? Okay, and we want to discuss the concession stand for the Menlo Aquatic Center. It's something we've discussed previously. We do have an offer from Mr. Manton of Perkasie Pizza and Pasta that we are considering. Is Mr. Manton here tonight? No, he's not. Does anyone have any thoughts or questions about his proposal?
I have a question. Did I read correctly that the electric was going to be paid by us? Yes.
That was something we were looking to discuss this evening, yes.
Now, just hypothetically, is he allowed to bring, say, his pizza oven or any other equipment in? Right now, it's a fully manned, so it's a turnkey operation.
Yeah, he's having pizza ovens. I don't know if you can run a pizza oven with electric. I think you'd have some sort of gas or something to get that hot.
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, well, we're guessing here because he's
Well,
not
before
here.
I go and say that we're going to let it be carte blanche with the electric, I'd like to know what he's going to use, and I'm not real enthused about the electric.
Well, with a lot of the unknowns we have right now, the fact that Mr. Manton is not here, I don't think we're going to vote on this today.
Okay. You want to run the
Hey,
table?
what problem with the electric separating it out? It's not separate meters there. So it's kind of hard to separate that out.
Yeah, I think any electric that goes on in that building is going to be, part of the Menlo Aquatic Center bill.
Jim, I can add to this one, actually. The borough staff is actually, Howie in this department is working towards coming up with a plan to separate the electric for the concession stand from the rest of the building. So that shouldn't be a problem. We should know that within the next couple of weeks, exactly how labor intensive that's going to be. Currently, there are a lot of equipment in the concession stand that does require a lot of electric usage. We have many large freezers in there, along with a smaller size grill. But what we would ask council tonight is actually not to approve anything, but just to give us a direction. If you would like us to start negotiating some sort of lease with a certain concessionaire, or if you would like Carolyn to move forward with the, as the interim park and rec director, to move forward with staffing the concession stand in-house as we've done in the past. So if council could just give us a direction on either way, then we can move forward with getting prepared for the season. And if you did want us to move forward with negotiating lease, then obviously once we came up with some sort of an agreement with that concessionaire, it would come back in front of council for final approval.
I don't think we will have a problem getting Mr. Mann to agree to a negotiated deal. I mean, I think he's all for that. It's just a matter of we are for that. I think we've all agreed that we want a local business to take over this venture. We don't really want some national food company from outside of this area to do this. We want a local business to run this. And I think with that, if anyone has any questions or comments or opinions on that going forward,
Yeah, Jim,
I would like to table the motion. I don't think I want to do not vote on this today.
No, I'd like to put a few points of interest in there. Currently, we have two concessionaires who have come forth, one with an incomplete package and one concessionaire from out of state with a complete package. We put this up for bid in the sense of finding out what kind of information we get. The one concessionaire from out of town has brought forth information that he will give us a profit of $3,000. Our current profit up at the aquatic center is zero. We make absolutely nothing. The local concessionaire has made a bid of $2,000 with an incomplete package. Okay. One thing I might want to bring to the attention of the borough and to the board is whatever we do is going to be an improvement from what we currently have. Okay. The people who buy into the pool and who use the facilities deserve the best that is available. Okay. What is available at this time? What is available in the future? This is our first time trying this, and I am all for working inside the borough, but if the borough concessionaire cannot meet the requirement of our community, which is we want the best available to us, then we have to look outside at the other concessionaire who is offering us a $3,000 profit, not a loss, not having to go in and set up new power sources or gas sources or anything else. He's coming in with a profitable plan, and it is my viewpoint at this stage, with summer coming along and everything else, that we take a hard look at his plan and approve his plan because it is complete, it was put in a proper time period, and it was done properly. Thank you.
Noted.
So how do you want to do this direction on the table, or you want to?
I want to table for right now and to see if we can get a complete plan from the local businessman.
You want a motion table?
Yes.
Motion table. The concession stand bid.
All those in favor of tabling this motion, say aye.
Aye.
Nay. Motion carries to table. Next on the agenda, we have some new business items, Public Works Committee items. Consider the bid for the small trash bags. Would anyone like to make a motion to approve the bid?
I'll make a motion to approve awarding the bid number 2014-2, small trash bags, the lowest responsible bidder. This is at the draw screen, by the way. Capital Industries for the price of .135 per bag and total cost of $4,050 for 30,000 bags.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor of awarding trash bags 1814-2 that we just suggested, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. Motion carries. Next, we'd like to authorize the leak machine engine replacement. Dan, you have anything like to add here?
You have a memo there in front of you. There was a question raised the last time about the core deposit. We would have to actually pay that. I just speak with the vendor. They told me that they, since we are a repeat customer, that they would wait and actually pay the bill until we got proof of the response from John Deere that indeed our construction was complete enough to qualify. And then we just pay it without having to pay the full bill.
Anyone have any questions for Dan? All right, we're looking for a motion to consider.
I'll make the motion, Mark. Motion to consider authorizing the purchase of a replacement engine with a 1996 Old Dominion brush tow behind leaf vacuum at CoStar's price of $12,098 from ODV Company.
Second.
All those in favor of approving this motion, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Also, we'd like to also take a motion to reject bid 2 of 14-3, which was the small trash bag with drawstring due to cost.
Motion to reject all bids received for bid 2014-02 small bags or 2014-03 small bag with drawstring.
All those in favor of rejecting that bid, say aye.
Aye.
Those against, say nay. Motion to reject carries. All right, the Public Utility Committee items. Public Utility Committee items. We are considering the authorizing GDS Associates to acquire pricing for the 2016 power supply purchase. Mr. Berardi, would you like to fill us in on the details, please?
In January, our electricity purchases were extremely high. And the reason they're extremely high was because of the usage, and obviously because we had one of the coldest months on record in recent history. And had we not purchased 100% of our needs for that time period, we would have spent $360,000 more as a result of that. We were lucky to have only spent $83,000 more. And the reason we spent that was because of the fact of the congestion is not purchased in a load providing contract. So we were very fortunate in the fact that we did purchase the majority, 100% of our electricity megawatt needs, but we didn't contract to purchase the capacity. So what we'd like to do is, after, we discussed this with GDS Associates, who are our consultants in Alabama, I believe, or Georgia, that we should, at this point in time, because the pricing is very favorable this time of year, to go out and look at our requirements, the additional 20% for 2016 and 2017 that has not been purchased, and go out to market and to do the requirements necessary to be able to find out what contracted pricing we can obtain for that 20% that has not been purchased at this point in time. So the recommendation is just that, is to allow GDS Associates to go out and give us pricing for that additional 20%, so we would avoid a bad situation in 2016 and 2017 that we just avoided in January of this year.
That's the remaining 20% for 2016 and 17.
That's true. And we did budget $25,000 in our contracting line for GDS Associates to go out and do this. And the estimate right now to do this study and to go out and get this pricing is $15,000.
Joe, this is part of the power purchasing plan that we established 2 years back, right?
That's true.
Any other questions?
Any more questions on this motion?
Okay, but I'd also like to point out, when he says load following, what that means is that we only pay for the energy that we use. There's no guaranteed block that we can purchase. So when you're buying the last 20% of each energy need per year, it's a great option to have this load following project. Not only is it that, you only use what you only pay for what you use, it's also the pricing is very attractive on this, so we'd like to move rather quickly here because this is going to save everyone in this room hopefully a lot of money.
And again, if I could just clarify, this is just to allow GDS to go out and get the pricing on this, and as soon as we have the pricing, we obviously, as quick as possible, will come back to council for approval on those final numbers.
I'll entertain a motion to authorize GDS Associates.
I'll make a motion to authorize GDS Associates to seek indicative pricing for the remaining power needs for 2016 and 2017.
I'll second it.
All those in favor of authorizing GDS, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against, say nay. Motion carries. All right, next we have some planning and zoning committee items. I'd like to bring Steve up again. Steve Barth, would you like to come in and review things for us here, please?
Thank you very much. One of the things that I wanted to illustrate this evening was how your economic development initiative and comprehensive plan are working. So one of the things that's occurred just recently, a few weeks ago, we opened another national chain in Landisville Shopping Center, which took up 4 to 5 vacant storefronts in that large anchor shopping center. And then this evening, we heard from a second national chain, which is actually owned by a local franchisee owner. And what's really occurring here is when you have national chains looking at a small town, they're looking at a small town for a certain reason. And they're looking here because it's a good investment. And then one of the other, Joe Price and Peter Stanfield, they're going to be, I think, coming on deck right after me. You know, one of the things that we're trying to do with this economic initiative is to listen to the voice of the community and what they're telling us. So one of the things they said, national chain should be going to the shopping centers, and the small locally owned specialty stores should be coming in the town center. So what we've been spending the whole year on was developing a new town center, and Joe and Peter are here to ask for your support for the first step in this project, which is the development of 7th and Market Street. And they need your support. They have to go through some of the other legal process. And I'm asking that you could officially lend some support. Andrea's been working very closely with me all along about this, and I think they're going March 24th as at the zoning hearing board.
That's correct, they're going for the zoning hearing board.
And so, council has asked me in the past, what can we do to help this process? This is something that I'd like to ask for your help to do. And this is the legal process, and Andrew's worked very closely with the developers to create a streamlined, expedited timeline so we can get all the ducks in a row and made as well. So this is all your efforts working in tandem together. The other thing, the 9th and Market Street adaptive reuse of an abandoned factory that you have, that is now underway, so I think that started last week. So you are going to be really seeing a lot of things happening. We have some other large housing projects coming on deck, the property on Park Avenue and 9th Street. And some of those were a result, actually, of I showed those developers the 7th and Market Street property 9 or 10 months ago. And so while they're here, it's taking developers and investors through and showing them the potential of our community. So I'd like to introduce Peter Stanfield, who I've known for a very long time, and Joe Price, both high-quality developer and architect. They redesigned the good